free of isolation, and how better to kill the boredom than tell you some of my favourite board games. Now there's a variety of board games out there. There's family friendly, there's the word kind, there's the strategic kind, there's card kinds, all sorts. There's 2 to 5 players, there's 1 player, there's up to 9 players. So all depending on your dynamics, there will be certain games that are better for you. I thought I would start off with sharing some of my favourite strategic games, and in the next video I will give you some of my favourite card games, and then the one after that some of my favourite word/family friendly games. If you do like the sound of some of them, there will be a link down below. I actually ordered one just this week. I ordered the Pandemic on the Brink expansion pack, and it came within about 4 days. So let's get started.
A good old brew. In first place comes, drum roll, Pandemic! What more of a better time to play this great and amazing game? So, Pandemic is a 2 to 4 player. It's recommended for ages 8 and above. And it's a bit of a shorter game out of the 3 that I've represented to you. It's more of a 45-minute gameplay. Now, me and my husband got this just before the pandemic we're in actually happened, and we played it, and we have kept playing it since. We are addicted. Now, the idea of Pandemic is that you have to save humanity from 4 kinds of disease, and you basically have a time frame to do that, because the longer the diseases are on the board, the more chance you have of outbreaks, and the more outbreaks you have, you are more likely to lose, and the more time it takes, the more you run out of the cards that you have, and again, the more likely you are to lose. It is a cooperative game, so the other 2 that I showed you are competitive games. You are going against your players, but with this game it's a team playing game. So you are stuck in a house with a lot of people that you love, but sometimes you need a break from. So playing competitive games all the time might make you want to kill them even more. But with this game, you've got to work together. So it will unite you. So I think this is a great game for this season. And it takes light of everything we're going through. But yeah, it's a really great game. Pandemic, like Catan, has a variety of expansions. I think there's 10 types of Pandemic games altogether. This one is the original, which I highly recommend. They recommend it in 7th place out of all of the games that they have. Pandemic Legacy 1 is their first recommended one, and then Pandemic Iberia is their second recommended one, but they're very expensive. So if you're going to get an expansion, I would recommend Pandemic on the Brink, which comes in 3rd place. Now with this, you not only have the 4 diseases, but you have a 5th one, which is a mutated kind, so it's much more, it quickly grows faster and is more intensified. And you also have a bioterrorist in the game as well. So all these conspiracy theories of where COVID-19 came from, well, you have that in this board game as well. And with this one, you have the option of 5 players. So if you've got a bit of a bigger family than 4, this is another option. Okay, so in 2nd place is the Settlers of Catan. It's suitable for 10 years and above, they say, and it is a 3 to 4 player game. If you get the extension pack, like many other games, it can increase to 5 to 6 players. And they say it averagely ranges about an hour for the game total time. Now, the idea with Settlers is that you get resources, and with those resources you can build more roads, more cities, and get more victory points. And the more victory points you get, the more likely you are to win. There is a robber, this little guy, that can move around, and if that dice number is rolled where the robber is, you can steal a resource. It's a really great game. Me and my family brought it even online, because you can buy an online version as an app, and was playing it in a caravan whilst we were on holiday in different areas of the caravan, because you can connect with other players if you have their login details. If you think, oh, you need a bit more challenge, it's not quite challenging enough, you can get
expansions. There's about 10 different expansions, but my recommendation would be Cities and Knights. It's on most reviews it comes up on the first place, but you can check that out online with other links. But definitely Cities and Knights. Basically you can expand your cities to have like a marketplace or a trading house by collecting other types of resources, and then in the mix there's knights that are used to protect the Catan that you're building these settlement cities and everything on from the barbarians that are coming to attack. So it creates a different dynamic to the game and makes it a bit longer. They say on average with Cities and Night expansion it will last about an hour and a half. But yeah, and again that is a 3 to 4 player. So check that one out. And that comes in.
So what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and take over the world.
I'm having to show you the board because this game has travelled all around the world with me, and I don't have the box anymore. It is a 2 to 6 player. It's for ages 10 and above, and the objective of the game is that you basically have an army that you're trying to use to take up all of the territories and have world dominance. There is different missions that you can play. There is world domination that you can play, and then there's a shorter version where you can put a ceasefire card in there, which basically means whoever has the most territories would win. It is a very competitive game, so the people that you're competing against are your enemies, so you are going to attack them, which means people might not like you by the end of the game. There's also an aspect where it is a bit of the pot of the luck, so it is dices that kind of, depending on the roll that you get, will either say whether you've won or lost against your opponent. Quite an easy game to play, but is very competitive, and it can take forever. So in isolation like this, Risk is great because you've got plenty of time. But on a day-to-day basis, I would say that Risk takes a bit too long sometimes. So although it is one of my favourite games, I would put it in place. So I don't like making my clips too long, so just a quick suggestion. I would also recommend A Ticket to Ride. You can get that in several versions, but my recommendation would be the original USA version or the Europe version, and that's a 2 to 4 player game. So I highly recommend that one. Very easy to learn. It takes about 15 minutes to learn and you're on the road. And then the other one I would recommend is Seven Wonders. That's another great game. You can get it as Seven Wonders or Seven Wonders Duel if there's only 2 of you. So yeah, those are just quick other recommendations. I hope that's given you some good advice on some fun games. I saw that a lot of people were asking, so those are my 3 favourite strategic games. I will upload very soon my favourite card games, but in the meantime those can keep you busy, and if you want to get them, there's some links down below. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like and comment down below. Alright, I will catch you guys very soon. Stay safe, okay? Stay inside. Distract yourself with these cool board games. Alright, catch you later.